All right, hello and welcome back. If you've been anywhere, we have been to the moon and back, and now it's time for the last installment of tonight's Monday Night Live DJ Chat as we talk about the DJ news of the week with Michael Joseph and Dan Carpenter, who are both here on the show as they are every single week to fill you in on what's new, what's interesting, and just kind of have a little fireside chat in and around that. How are you guys doing this evening?
Doing great.
Yeah. Awesome. Loving the shows tonight. We have, if you guys are just tuning into us, man, you missed a lot of great shows tonight. Jason's doing a great job filling in for John. If you don't know, John is the new. Can we talk about that?
We can talk about that. Yeah, he said that we had permission
to have eye surgery, and that's why he's kind of one-eyeing in the background tonight, typing. Whenever a need comes up, he jumps in, but he should be resting. John, rest.
Rest those eyes. Yes. When I saw the troubleshooting earlier, I was like, John, what are you doing? Like, I get it. You know, he needs it, but still.
I would do the same thing, so I can't argue. I would definitely be one of those people going, what is this?
Yeah, he probably has the audio on. He's like waiting for it, going like, what's going on? What's going on, Jason? So I hope he took his blood pressure medicine tonight.
And
from what I understand, people would say the wife has told everybody he is doing better, so everything was a success. So that's a good sign.
That's a really good sign.
And our other half off, I would say half off. That really sounded like it was a sale. No, our other
half of a DJ
co-host,
two eyes for the price of one.
Where we never know where she's at. She's always traveling around the country, but tonight she's in the hospital.
Yeah, what is up? It's like, is this in threes? Which one of us is going to get sick now? The poor thing. But I did see her. She did post on Facebook. I asked, I set up the capital R, capital U, capital O, capital K, and she came back with like, I'm doing much better now. And I also noticed her in the chat room a couple of times too. Yeah. So she can type. Anything else we're still not sure about, but we know she can type.
She said she was going to try to tune in tonight, but she said, one of the antibiotics makes me woozy, and as soon as it goes in my IV, I'm out in 2 minutes. So she's
that could have been fun. We should get.
Oh my gosh, would that not have been a great show? Oh, we're joined by Juan. We wasn't sure if he was going to make it. He was doing some stuff with his family, and we got him in. So cool.
Hi, I'm here.
We haven't even started topics yet. We're just basically talking about our temporary host and what I was gonna say debacle, but no, I'm not gonna do that now. It's been good. It's nice to have fresh faces. That's for one thing, no matter what. And I've sat in on some of Jason's shows, and the man should be getting paid lots and lots of money for doing what he's doing. So if you're not,
yeah, John, I paid him to say that.
Talking nationally. Seriously, you got that perfect interviewer. You and your cohort, because I said a couple weeks ago when he was in Atlantic City and he had the microphone in, I said you were born to interview people. Just the way he looked doing that was
right.
Yeah. So anyways, see, this is where people think that I'm running the show and I'm just talking way too much.
No, you're doing fabulous. I love this show.
All right, so tonight I sent the topics out to everybody, and with the show, those of you who don't know, there is a DJ Expo in the UK called BPM or BPM Pro, depending on what it is. And it's kind of like the DJ Expo and stuff. It is a lot of different things in there that you would see it then at other expos. It is also gear heavy like the Atlantic City DJ Expo is. But we had some big names put out some products at this BPM Pro show.
Oh, cool.
And we'll take a look at some. And I forgot to get one of the pictures for one. But anyways... those of you who know Roland, the company, not the man Roland. Roland's a good friend of mine. He's rolling down the river.
Roland.
Thank you. But Roland, the company, has had an endless list of incredible products over the years. And they put out, I think, if I'm correct, 23 new products at this expo. And they're not all DJ related. I mean, some of them, they put out two different accordions. They put out a new set of electric drums that sounded incredible. And I mean, a guy playing and you would have swore it was a regular set, not an electric set. But they brought out three things actually this year. One of them, they put out a turntable. So Roland now has an official DJ turntable, and they also put out a mixer. So Roland has a mixer now. So if you're a big Roland fan and you DJ and you want to use Serato vinyl, whatever, you have a chance. But if you are a controller DJ and you like to be a part of the Roland world, you can get one of these now.
Ooh.
It is a
Wow.
basic 4-channel controller, but at the top here, as you see, there is a Roland basic. Well, I want to say an 808, but they've made so many Roland 606, 707, 808, 909s that this is basically a kind of get together of all of their Roland stuff. This is the original 808 drum machine. And for those of you who are wondering why I'm talking so much about this, I guarantee you, I don't care how long you've DJ'd, you have played songs with Roland instruments in there. And I'm going to just drop through a few names here that you might not have known have used this drum machine in their thing. SOS Band, Africa Bambaataa, Marvin Gaye, Whitney Houston, Prince, Talking Heads, Rihanna, Kanye, New Order, Madonna, Beastie Boys, Beyonce, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Lil Jon, Michael Jackson, Run DMC, and yes, Taylor Swift used 808 sounds in some of her music.
Not T Swift. No.
Yes, T Swift. And I'm sad that you call her that. So, and there's even, I even found on, what is that called? Spotify. There's an entire channel on Spotify dedicated to songs made with an 808 drum.
Really?
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's why it's so big. And they just put out a movie about the 808, history of the 808. It's a documentary. It's really cool. You want to check it out. But the reason I'm bringing this in tonight, and we're not going to necessarily talk about this. If you want to go check it out, there's some incredible footage out there on everything it does, including the drum machine. It has a special vocal synthesizer in there, so you can perform live with a microphone pulled in, and it does effects to your voice as you're doing this. If you put an instrumental track, an acapella track on playing, you can automatically sync the drum machine to it. So you can be throwing beats underneath of an acapella, or you do the acapella, throw the beats underneath, they sync. This machine does that much. And the reason we're talking about this is that this is taking DJing beyond just playing a song, in my opinion. It's coming into the world of what I would call a traditional performer. And that's what we want to talk about tonight, with DJs getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars around the world to DJ. Some of them just press play and sync and do nothing else. But with this takes it on to, almost you're your own band with a drum machine, vocal effects, everything. And like I said, if you go to Serato.com, they have videos of all this stuff, including Manny Fresh from Cash Money Records is on there talking about it, and they have vocal performers showing about it and some big scratch DJ scratching with it. But what do you guys think is this turning into, because as we know, with DJing is kind of becoming a rock star in a way, and I think this is going to take it to a whole nother level. What do you guys think about this machine?
I think it comes down to, in some aspects, there is a performance aspect that is a different element to it when especially when you talked about the voice synthesizing and adding that part to it. It comes back to my head of, you kind of if you had some of those skills, you probably were working with a couple machines hooked together and utilizing that. I see where it puts it into one unit and it makes it nice, but I don't foresee, and maybe this is my being naive here, I don't foresee it suddenly breaking out an art form brand new. I don't foresee like, oh, this is something new that's going to create ideas we never had of, because the guys who had those skill sets were doing it with 2 or 3 machines versus 1.
Good call.
I think as this and like Ableton Live, if you're familiar with Ableton, and that sort of thing. And then, when I think of like the videos that I've seen of Avicii, performing, basically doing a concert venue with enough people, they're like at a concert, huge light show, and he's up there DJing, and he's, playing back the tracks that he has remixed and built and constructed together. I think just computers in general have made it more possible for the DJ to have a greater artistic expression than they were before. I mean, they were doing amazing things with 2 platters anyway, or even some cases 4 platters. Now you don't have the physical limitation of keeping plates spinning, and I mean that quite literally, like of keeping all those mechanical things going. So now we can automate more features, automate more things. And I've heard people say like, oh, well, the, computer and auto mix, it just dumbs it down. And now anybody can just go and be a DJ. In one respect, sort of. In another respect, it opens up such a huge frontier of your ability to be able to create something out of lots of different pieces of music or sounds or loops or drops, and be able to do so much more simultaneously because you're not physically limited. You can set things up on the computer to drop in, where the DJ then now is actually composing, taking parts and pieces of music and putting together to compose something completely new from those that were pre-recorded before. So I think technology like this and other technology continues to expand the palette of what is possible, what a DJ can do as an expressive artist.
Would you say it's closer to performance or live production? Because I with some of the people in the chat room saying that we've been doing this, and Dan, said that we've been doing this for years. I actually used to tour as a vocal artist, and I used to have my decks on stage and I would perform, and it'd be like a guitarist would grab their guitar and do something in the middle of the show. I'm doing it with the decks, loops, buttons, scratches, everything. And with this, is it a performance or is it live production? Like, cause since you brought in Ableton is a sense to where you build things, add a kick, add a this, add a that, and you build in a production sense. Would this be seen more as a live production or performance? I have my opinion. I'm just saying, what y'all think.
My opinion, I think it's more a live production than anything. So that's just me.
I'm not sure I'm clear on the distinction between the two.
To me, live performance, in my sense, like I said, when I used to perform, that at any point you can take it anywhere with an instrument. A guitarist can just play another note, what he didn't have planned. But a production, you're still building. You still have that basic beat, and then you add a basic hook, and then a basic piano, and then a basic, drum line. And you are kind of limited with playing back pre-recorded stuff.
Because it's planned out.
Yeah, with pitch and time, you can change a lot of that really easily in some of the other programs that are using pitch change. And I used to do it too. We used to do what's called tone scratching, and where you'd take the pitch and you'd move it up and you'd scratch in different tones and do songs with that. But it's all still a pre-recorded assembly of stuff, in my opinion. That's why I say. So I would think it's more until that person throws the vocal in there. So if you build with the 808 machine in there, put all that together, you have your track DJing, you start doing vocal. Now I think it becomes a performance level to where that at any point you can back something off and just start creating right there. You can pull the melody line out from underneath and let that beat go and just go off the deep end if you want to.
So you're saying you have to be Owl City for this to be performance?
That's kind of an insult to DJs. Right there.
Well,
no,
he does.
I said that's what a lot of. If you go to some really community club DJs, I'm not. There's a lot of cats that are doing that right now with just simple hooks and beats and loops, and they bring stuff in and out and acapellas and instrumentals and stuff, and they're doing that all night anyways. Mm-hmm. And like Dan said, there's a lot of guys that I know that will have the Native Instruments machine, a multi-pad there, running stuff off of that to where they're doing stuff with it while they're DJing and all of that. So with this added to it, like I said, with that 808 machine added to there and the voice effects, and it does have dual sound cards, that kind of, to me, can take it to a new level. Because if I'm DJing, and I always use this as an example, but the song Don't You Worry Child has a very slow beginning. Okay, there's no beat, there's no nothing. So unless I had a remix, I'm just using that example, had a remix with some sort of intro, I had to find another song that had some sort of usable outro to keep that energy crossing all the way across. Otherwise, it's going to die and then go all that. But with the drum machine there, that would be one less thing that I would have to think about. I'm like, well, I'll just do the transition beat, start it here, transition across, go to that one, then kind of my next record. And, and it does kind of easy things up, because I always say that's part of what a DJ does. You're not necessarily just beat matching two songs. I always hate when people get all up in air about the sync button, because it's beat matching two songs is not DJing. It's reading the crowd. It's manipulating. It's being creative. And with that drum machine there, like you said, it adds another color to the palette that wasn't there. And you're thinking now, and I always joke with this, what you said about the 4-decks, most DJs think of a sound, a mixer, and a sound. But now with all the digital stuff, guys are thinking 4 decks, four digital decks, and then samples that run across there too. So they're bringing in individual samples in 4 decks, and to where the average DJ is thinking sound and mix, they're going sound, mix, sound, mix. And then now you have the drum machine that's going, and it's ADHD's dream.
That sounds like performance to me. I mean, especially if you're executing all those things live and it requires timing and skill, that's performance.
Yeah.
And I'm curious though about because one of the things you really emphasized was the vocal aspect, right? So now we can bring vocals in. Like, how do you see DJs doing the vocal if you're not a singer anyway, or like Red Foo, who like wanted to be a rapper performer. How would you see the DJ incorporating using the vocal function?
A lot of DJs do, especially in the EDM world. There was what was her name? Baby Ann used to do vocal performances where she would have a little headset on as she's DJing. And like I said, when I used to perform on stage, I performed as a vocal artist, but the decks were my tools. So they were right up at the front of the stage off to the right. So I'm going over there, switching things on and off, scratching, throw the mic on the boom while I'm talking or singing, I'm scratching, then pick the mic up, go back out. So there is a large group of people who already do stuff like that. And that's where I think this kind of like the, what is the Native Instruments one? Those in the chat room that does not have decks. What is it called? Is it the Native Instrument 8? What is it? Anyways, it doesn't have decks at all. It does not have turntables at all. And that's taken a whole nother performance there, because they use what's called stems. And a stem is basically a 4-track single song. So in a single song you load, you have a vocal, maybe a musical line, a bass line, and something else that you can bring out individually as you want. So in that sense, you're producing also with something like that.
Yeah.
So all these things become in there, because how many years ago did people go, a turntable's not an instrument? And now it's kind of considered in its own way an instrument.
Yeah, that's called turntablism. So let's take a quick break and hear from our sponsors, DJ Event Planner and Electro Voice, and come back and expand on this topic. We'll be right back. It's DJ and TV live DJ chat on Monday nights.
DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool. I've got a cool thing at the end of that too.
All right, welcome back to DJ and TV live DJ chat here on Monday nights. I'm Jason Jones filling in for John Young, and we've got in the room, we've got Dan Carpenter, we've got Juan, we've got Michael, and of course me. And we were just talking about the this new Roland with this vocal aspect. And I haven't heard from Dan and Juan. What do you guys think? What would you imagine doing in terms of? Because Michael's had experience, MJ's had experience doing vocals and doing that sort of thing. Well, what do you guys? How would you see using the vocal end of it while performing?
Well, and that's the thing. That's one of the reasons why I kind of said what I did. As far as those who have the skill set would probably be utilizing a lot of these features in a separate machine. I for example, a long time ago when karaoke Yeah, now I'm saying it like John. Great.
John's not here, so we have to say karaoke.
But when karaoke was extremely popular, I know it's still big, and that's one of Juan's fields, but I never got into it because I didn't foresee myself as any way, shape, or form going to use any type of singing aspect to my sets. I don't view myself as having that type of voice, and so to bring it into a performance side, I just don't. And maybe some of my unfamiliarity with what this thing can do, that I could use it on making myself sound better, but just for my performance in general, I don't foresee, because that's not my field.
Mm-hmm.
One
For me, I mean, excuse me, I kind of lost my voice, but I mean, I have actually done some vocal stuff like that and used a drum pad and doing some like intros and whatnot. I could see myself doing this again. It's been a long time, but I could see myself doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a young man's game. That's why I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's a space to grow into as well. Having the technology makes it available, makes something else possible.
Like I said, it gets back to the mindset of the younger DJs coming up, where an older DJ like myself thinks only of 2 sounds in a mix, where they're going 20 sounds in 2 mixes with two laptops hooked up at the same time. So, I have a quick clip I'm going to show here. I hope we don't get bounced for copyright things, but this is right off the Serato site. This is them showing how that the 909, DJ 909 by Roland, can be used with a vocal performer. So the DJ is running the drum machine, a music track on the turntable, and then the vocalist is just doing the vocal. We're going to go check it out right now.
Life in the building. DJ Earl, DJ Spin, DJ 808. We keep that kush on deck. Lean on deck, got the team on deck. Yep, we on deck. I said we on deck, got the team on deck. Yep, we on.
See, he was doing vocals there, vocal effects, the turntable, the beat, and all of it at the same time.
Wow. See, now if I was doing that, everything I would say would be followed by, "Did you hear that? That sounded so cool." We're on deck. Did you hear that? That sounded so cool.
But it's like I said, as you see there, both the guys are actually affecting his voice at the same time. Because when he started doing stutter, the DJ was doing it, and the guy with the mic was also twisting stuff. So there's so many levels of stuff, and there's like Kimmel was saying, there's a bunch of people out there that kind of do this already. One of my favorite is Kid Beyond, where he basically takes his recorders and builds this whole thing live like that. And so there's a lot of people out there do it. Traditional DJing, no, probably won't use it. But I just think it has created a new level that someone can then, and I would say, and I would even go as far as saying someone who already has musical talent being able to play an instrument can take this to a whole new level and just blow people's minds and travel in one bag, That's my thoughts. So.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. Hey, what do you think of the? One of the things I saw that you put up there talking about the new iPhone coming out. I didn't know it was official, but then I see in your notes here it is official that the headphone jack is long gone in the iPhone 7. No more headphone jack. So what does that mean? Does this mean it's going to be one jack for headphones, charging, like everything? Which I hate.
Glad you asked that. Your first choice at the bottom of it here is, if I can get my screens right here, I've got 20 things open. As always, those of you know, I'm clicking on 20 things here at once, and I really need an assistant for the show. So, John, if you're listening, you could maybe budget me an assistant.
Just get an intern.
Just get an intern. Right, there we go. But this is the phone. It only has the lightning port at the bottom. So it comes with a lightning port to 1/8 inch adapter, or you can go to the store, and I believe it is $5. Where's it at? Yeah, $9 for the adapter. There's the adapter, and it goes to 1/8 inch. So there's no 1/8 inch whatsoever. Or you could use their completely wireless dual Bluetooth earbuds, or ear pods as they call them. I hope they work well, because there's a lot of companies have put them out, and they've had a lot of trouble with them syncing properly to where your right ear hears something delayed from your left ear, etc. But if they got them working, kudos to them. I'll buy them, and I don't even own an Apple. Also, Beats is releasing at the same time 3 headphones that take that. It is the W1 wireless chip that does instant pairing, and the Beats has the technology to map up with the W1 and the new iPhone. Or you can go out and buy this double adapter and basically walk around with, dongle after dongle, or this little bottom plug that you plug in. This is a dock that they already currently have out that you can use. So there's lots of options with that. Now, my thought to this, and if you want to say something here, I've got a thought to this that, again, just like the other one, has nothing to do with the equipment. It has to do with the thought behind it. Do you think this is going to change DJ headphones? Are we going to see reliable wireless headphones for DJing in the future? Reliable is the key word here.
Yes. Did I win?
Do I think it can happen? Sure. Do I think it's good? I think there's going to be somebody that's going to try and capitalize on this and say, you know what, we're going to make a controller and it's not going to have a headphone jack. You're going to have to connect it to it. Yeah.
I was thinking of an adapter that does good Bluetooth that's not delayed, because that's one of the things with the Bluetooth that gets such a micro second delay that, if I'm scratching, I'm actually hearing the headphone something that's slightly delayed from what's playing, and that you can't do that. I can't.
My personal thought is it's not soon. Like this is this was kind of groundbreaking for a phone to come out and say, we're going to do this. We're not going to use that old, as they quote, old technology, to do that. And so, yeah, down the road, sure, because as the technology gets better, as the Bluetooth gets better and the connectivity gets better, sure. I don't, just because I'm so tired of walking away, forgetting my headphones around my neck and about choking myself, that yeah, I'm going to love the fact that it's going to be there. I just, exactly what you said, that micro delay, I don't see. Plus length of time. How long do these charges last? I mean, I know that's been a big complaint. Some of these are 2 hours, and those of us who are doing weddings, it's a 6 hour event. In some cases, I know what the Canada guys go like 8-10 hours. So yeah, I mean, there's long craziness.
Canada.
And so you're either somehow charging in the meantime, or you're doing something else. But in the same respect, it's still a big design issue that they're going to have to come up with before it ever becomes practical for us.
Well, and when you're performing, generally you're not, you don't need to have your headphones on and wander all around the room. You're at your place, right? So that you're plugged into it. So having that freedom there, I don't see a big benefit to having that wireless freedom. Maybe not having a wire hanging down off of you, but that seems pretty minor. And yeah, if they were to fix you'd be able to fix the delay, have something more instantaneous.
Juan, what do you think?
I'd be lost without the cord. I don't know. I like choking myself every now and then.
That's how you know
the big finale.
Put them on your head, right? You don't get the ears mixed up because of the cord.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I had discussed with Stanton, because Stanton is owned by, I just forget now, Gibson owns Stanton, and they sent me headphones to test, and we talked about how that a really good set of like the perfect DJ headphones would allow you to put the jack in either ear, because half the DJs like me, it has to be on the right side, and other guys, it has to be on the left. But if you want to get your right left proper, you have to pick one or the other. So that may eliminate it for all of us. You don't have to have a cord. I would love it just simply because I hate cords. I have Bluetooth earbuds and Bluetooth headphones around the house, and like you said, Dan, it's maybe 3 hours charge. But if they can get that to last, I would love going without a cord, because I just hate cords, period. But I'm sure the price will go up too, because if I'm correct, let me grab my notes here again. The cost of those, the earpods that Apple's putting out, $159. The Beats headphones start at $149 and go to $299.
Wow, for headphones. Wow.
Now here's a question though.
2 of them are sports earbuds. One's a headphone.
Do you get the Apple ones with the phone?
You get one pair, yes.
You get one pair. Okay.
Wait, I think if I'm wrong, please tell me in the chat room. But I'm pretty sure you get one pair. I know you get the dongle. No, you don't with the new phone. I'm pretty sure you don't. I think you have to pay another $159 for those.
See, all the more
But
reason.
you get the dongle.
You're getting the dongle though, which keeps you wired.
Yeah. They give you an adapter. Here's an adapter, by the way, to the thing you cannot no longer plug into the phone. I'm so going to get an iPhone 6 now as soon as the price goes down.
Here's one of the odd things about that is that the 7 is the first phone that really keeps, and I don't know the whole technology behind it, but something to do with the technology that it really keeps it very much within their own ecosystem, like to where the proprietary stuff for them with the 7 is 100% kept in. So now you can't plug anything into it. You can't use anything into it without their adapters. The headphones, the Beats headphones has that W1 wireless chip. It's supposed to plug into that. So they're keeping you 100% in their ecosystem. Smart and nasty at the same time. So money-wise, it's really smart. But
we're saying, and this, I didn't look it up, so I'm just gonna ask. So we're saying a normal Bluetooth isn't going to connect, or we're talking because of the W1 chip, it
connects differently than the W1 chip. The W1 chip does it instantly, no holding the button down, no anything.
Gotcha.
So if you put another Bluetooth in there, you have to go through the normal pairing process. But with the W1, you put it over there, it says, would you like to, you hold it next to it, would you like to pair? One button, you never do it again. So from then on, as soon as it comes on and it gets close enough, it pairs.
Okay.
But I think you said that you are thinking about getting a 6.
Oh, after this conversation, I'm totally gonna get a 6. I've had my 5, and it's time I can. It's a 5 is paid for, so that's when you go buy a new one, right?
Well, you got to get the 6S then, because that's the one that it's going to be right below this issue.
Yes. I'm gonna get the largest, the most memory I possibly can get in a 6S.
I do like the memory of the 7, the fact that they bumped that up so high.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome.
You never have to delete anything.
The reason I ask you, we will, because if we have more room, we're going to download more apps. We are every game, every version of every game we're going to do. But I found something this week that's going to make you with that iPhone 6 feel like you're owning an iPhone 7.
Ooh. Oh, I can't wait. I can't
You don't
wait.
want them, you can't be seen with an iPhone 6 if there's a 7 out. You know that.
Right.
So you have to fit in. And I found this thing.
Okay, before you tell me what you found, whoa, before you show it, so this is a perfect time to take a break. And when we come back, you'll find out how to be cool with your iPhone 6 and look like you actually have an iPhone 7. This is Monday Night DJ and TV DJ Chat Live, and we're sponsored by Electro Voice and DJ Event Planner.
DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
And we're back. And so what is now? You said that you have something that can make me look like a cool iPhone 7er, even though I have we'll have the iPhone 6.
Yes, so you're not going to be left out in the cold. It is called, I want to make sure I say the name right here because I don't want to, and you can find it online. It's called the Apple Plug.
Ooh.
And you can go right now to appleplug.com, appleplugs with an s.com, and get this. And what it is it fills in the slot in your iPhone, the plug. So you no longer have a plug there. And you can feel like that you fit in just by sliding this little thing in there, and you never, ever have to worry about having a plug ever again.
That's weird. Why?
So you can fit in. You're like, no, I don't have a plug, man. I can. I have to use the dongle. It's a 7, isn't it? You know.
Or you don't get dirt in your earplug hole.
Once it's in there, it's because they make those. They make plug pops, and they make Bluetooth ones even that you can put in there and use as a camera trigger. But this is just a joke out there. You can actually buy this, but you can go to the website. They have the whole website designed for it. So somebody spent time and effort putting that together.
Right? I could see everyone. I can hear all the clicks right now that are running out to get that.
Yeah.
We just made it go viral.
We made it go viral. Dan, you said something while we were on break about the missing headphone jack that I forgot to put in my notes and was awesome.
Well, one of the things we always hate is just being at an event and somebody's like, can you play it? And of course, whether you're telling them no because you don't want to play it or you're telling them no because you don't have it, usually because you just don't want to play it. And they go, oh, well, here, I've got it on my phone. And play it off of this. And if there's no jack, sorry.
Right. It makes it even easier then.
You're not using my dongle.
Than that. Here, just play this song. I have it with me.
I mean, I got on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I swear I will punch the next person that walks up to me and says, can't you just YouTube it?
Yeah.
Not at this decibel level.
I will say the one thing that I love is the fact that majority of my events, I don't have outside internet access. Like I have a router in my box, doesn't connect to anything. And most of the venues I have don't have internet. So when they go, can you YouTube it? I'm like, no internet.
My answer is a very calm one. And I try hard to be nice. I really do. I'm a very honest person. No, I will kneecap you with my NS7. No, I'll just say my program doesn't play YouTube. And that usually is a dumbed down enough answer to get them to go, oh, okay.
I have to remember that one. My program doesn't play YouTube or whatever you have there.
Because if you're playing it off of, if they look at the software, they're not going to have any clue.
Yeah, because the people look at that and go, oh, what is this? It's what I do. It's just what I do. It's nothing.
One of the guys. I have to use that next time. One of the guys in chat answers, "What is YouTube?"
Yeah, that's YouTube is where the younger DJs get all their music now.
No, I think that's what he says when people ask him.
Oh yeah, I know. That was my comeback there. But that's where all DJs get their music, isn't it?
Right, of course.
That and buying hard drives off of Craigslist.
Mm-hmm. You're giving away all the secrets.
Yes. Go buy terabytes of illegal music off Craigslist.
Oh, Kilman, that is awesome.
What did she say?
Jedi mind trick. This isn't the song you're looking for.
Oh, I am so gonna do that, but young people will be like, "What?"
Yeah.
Those of you who missed her show, the ladies were on. It was talking about the different things that she and I just blanked on the other.
Allison Farley.
Allison, what they face as a female DJ. And I asked one of the questions in the chat room that was like, what is it like? Because as a guy, girls tend to be really pushy when I say, no, I'm not going to play that. Or like Saturday night, I almost tweeted it, but I thought it was going to be a redundant tweet by the girl came up and asked for a song. I'm like, okay, she goes, play it now, change it, play it right now. And my tweet was going to be, if you definitely want a DJ to never play any of your requests, tell him to play it now. So the girls tend to get aggressive. And that's why I was kind of wondering when I asked her, is it different for a girl? Do girls still get aggressive in the questions, for request? Or is it the guys, trying to be all, hey man, I'll buy you a drink, baby.
Right. So, or after the request, you actually do break down and play it. And then they stand there and go, I'm like, I don't even want to look at you the rest of the night.
I do get that, and I'm guessing all guys do. I don't want to say just me, especially as I'm getting older. It amazes me that girls will still come up and flirt with me to get a song played. And I'm thinking, I'm as old as your parents, thank you, but it's almost insultive. But
you're clearly thinking way too much about that.
I do. My brain does not shut off because when I'm mixing, this is one of the things about being a DJ. When you talk about the 20 things going on at once, I was DJing Saturday night and one of my friends from here in Pittsburgh was off and was texting me questions. And I'm like, I'm leaving the phone in my pocket because I don't want to answer. I don't have time for this. So I don't know. Sorry. The mind goes. Play it now for $100. You really got to have a good song. If I still don't want to play it, I won't play it. Like if you come up and offer me $10,000 for play a country song, you're going to still have $10,000.
Wow, that's really committed. So how much would it take to buy you?
I might play one country song for $10,000. But if I played it at that point, I would go to the restroom and relieve myself and then come back or something.
No, we do. You want all
but there is some. I had a guy a couple weeks ago come up and said, "I'll give you $5 to play the national anthem." Like what? the national anthem.
$500 for the play of the
$5.
national. Oh,
$5. And I had
$5.
another guy, and we talked about this on the show before it came up, and asked for a request, and he goes, "Yeah, you man, I know money talks," and hand me two $1 bills. Yeah,
I didn't say much.
hear you talking.
I'd put the $2 in my pocket, still won't play a song.
Right? It's like, thank you. Now you were talking about money doing something.
Dude, you dropped this. You might want
to. That's
How do we get
hilarious.
from all this stuff to that? See, this is where my brain needs its own show.
Squirrel.
Polka for 10,000. I actually one time at a car show, somebody bet me to play polka, so I grabbed a polka song. Again, is you're talking about the live production and performance, and grabbed a beat off another song, which it actually is like 130 some BPM, and threw this house beat underneath a polka song and let it play all the way through, and everybody's like, "That's amazing." What I do, but I still didn't get any extra money for it. Not 10,000. So. If you have any questions in the chat room, $2 for a song I ain't no jukebox. Ain't that the truth?
That is about what it is in the jukebox now, isn't it? And
Yeah.
you like choose it from your phone.
I don't know about where you're at, but the jukebox around here, literally, because they're a screen now, and they literally have stuff going across them, about things, and one of them is you can be a DJ. Pick your song, you can be a DJ, and I'm like, I want to punch the machine too.
Just press mix.
Just press mix. Don't get me started. There's just so much that, like I said, I apologize that I take over this show. But my head, we have two other topics if you want to go to them, or if you have questions in the chat room, or Juan or anybody, feel free to bring something up, and I'll shut up now.
Let's go for it. I like mistakes beginner DJs make.
This one I thought was interesting. This is kind of an idea I took from another article that I saw, and it's mainly towards club DJs, but I'd like to see, the mobile guys talk about, if you had, in what you've seen in young guys starting out, what mistakes they make that you would tell a younger guy, don't do this. I'm going to rattle through the ones that are on here, and then you guys can take it from there. Stick to a fixed set, drop peak time bangers at the opening, technical mixing versus song selection, not paying attention to the crowd, playing too many requests, if any, refusing to play an early time. This is again where it gets in the club set, refusing to play an early time in our opening set because there's no crowd. So what do you think on the mobile side for a young DJ, beginner mistakes?
I've had some guys and heard of some guys in our area who have this idea of I guess overly cocky, to the point that so basically the story behind it goes, this one DJ in particular I'm thinking of, he flew into the venue, basically just kind of cut in through this access road, and the guy, it was near this house, and he had some daughters, and he basically came and he was just like, listen, you don't go in through this way, this is an exit, and he sat there and argued with the guy, only to come to find out it was actually the venue owner. But he was to the point of getting livid, and then finally, found that out, and was just kind of like, oh my gosh, like, I am so sorry, but not knowing who they're even talking to, not having the kind of courtesy to give them respect. You don't know who you're talking to, you better be giving them respect, because you don't know what's going to happen. And that goes from obviously a venue owner to even just somebody at the party. We joke about how we would respond to certain people who come up to us, and if they're drunk, of course they deserve it. But otherwise, it's, if they're coming up to you and they're saying different things, you give them respect, because it could be the long lost friend that, finally showed up to the wedding that they hadn't seen in years, or, dad's boss, or, whatever, that has a lot of clout.
Good call.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Kilman says in the chat room, adds getting nervous and drinking too much.
I make it a rule never to drink at any of my gigs,
or
ever.
in some cases, like don't. I get terribly sloppy when I drink. So that's.
I'll take a drink or shot at like 11 o'clock ish, but that's it. Just one, and that's it.
I'm on the other end. I don't drink, and everybody tells me I should, because I'd make more friends.
Is that how you make friends?
They're like, yeah, you'd make more friends if you drank.
It's in a book somewhere.
Like I probably would. I'm one of those guys that would make more friends if I was drunk, but I would probably be the guy that somebody would go, I bet you can't jump over that fence. Oh,
Yeah, right. And they get the video that goes viral and they make $1 million and you just have a broken leg.
yeah.
So
Yeah, you can see
that would be hilarious to see just one time after certain ways that you've done some accent and some voices. I'm wondering how close to those would actually be true for you.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the Easter Bunny.
I would. Thank you. Come again. No, I really don't know what I would be like. I would either be the opposite end where I would be just a total nutcase, everybody's best friend, or I would be sitting around talking about the importance of keeping your car insurance up to date and having the right tort coverage and all that kind of stuff.
all that important stuff. You know,
Probably.
one DJ rookie mistake, I think, even as I think back to when I started ages ago, was getting too much in your head and not having your headspace be out in the dance floor, in the room, what's happening in the room and how can I affect the room, and getting more into what are they thinking of me, having conversations about what you think the audience is thinking of you while you're up there trying to perform, because you lose all connection and sense of awareness of where they want to go, where you can take them, where you can pick them up, maybe hook them and pull them in, because you're just kind of guessing in your own headspace. So really, like, working on, like, just staying present in, what is it that I think is going to move this room or is going to take them. And sometimes, sometimes you spend an hour throwing, like at a mobile event, you spend an hour throwing out hooks in every genre. It's like one of these is going to hook. And then it's like you come to find out, like, oh, they just needed to drink enough or they needed to get in the mood. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, now your floor is full. You're like, okay, well, great. Well, let's roll then, So the tendency would be to, like, get in your head, like, oh, I'm not doing this well and I'm not very good. I really stink at this. And, like, really starting to get down in that inner space rather than just staying present in the room. I got 3 more hours to go. I'm going to do everything in my power to try to hook this audience and play it full out.
Crap, I'm a noob.
What?
I'm just joking around, but the self-doubt stuff, I've done that, and I've done that this year. I'm sitting there at the crowd and I'm exactly like Jason said, I'm throwing everything under the sun. I'm linking a couple together in cases, so I'm not doing it too much and nothing's working. And then out of nowhere, everybody's on the floor and I'm like, I did all this earlier. Like, where were you? And what it cracked me up was actually the one wedding. It was when the bar went to a cash bar that suddenly everybody came out on the floor.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But the whole idea of being present, and I know MJ and I kind of disagree on this, is with when it comes to phones. We've talked about that, and I think a big new mistake is playing on your phone too much, and whether it's from a social media standpoint, whether it's a taking picture aspect, whether it's tying it to Instagram, whatever might be the case. Well, at least the one night we talked where you were talking about this promotional purposes and you're trying to promote what you're doing, playing on your phone's fine. But from a private standpoint, from a private event standpoint, I still stand by I really try, because I'm a bad at this more lately than anything. I get my phone out, and especially if it's a down moment or whatever, I'm checking it or I'm messing with it or I'm just looking at it and not putting it away, not keeping it at bay. And if I really need to know what's going on, set it up so that if my wife calls, I got that answer. But beyond that, like, not worrying about it.
Yeah, right. Not getting obsessed with, like, what's going on Facebook or even commenting on the event that you're playing on your Facebook while you're playing the event, when you should be, like, focused on performing. Let's take one more.
If you're reading the tweets about the event you're at and then DJing your reaction DJing to those, there's something wrong.
Right. I'm seeing the tweets. Oh, isn't the DJ is really awesome tonight with all 6 of your accounts? Boy, he's really killing it, and all that good stuff. Ideas for marketing, right? We're going to take another quick break here from our sponsors, and when we come back, we'll wrap up the show.
DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
Maybe the $2 million wedding one, just for a shot.
And we're back on DJN TV live DJ chat here on Monday nights, and we're wrapping up in our last few minutes of the show with MJ, Dan, and Juan, and myself filling in for John Young this week, who is recovering from a little bit of eye surgery, or a lot of eye surgery. So anyway, wrapping up for this week. So what did we decide on that we're going to wrap the show up with?
For those of you who don't know, in between the commercial breaks, we have another show that we do.
It's called In Between the Commercial Breaks.
We film it and we put it out after the after show.
We save the good stuff for then.
We save the good stuff for the commercial breaks. Ain't that the freaking truth? I want to share something because I thought it was kind of interesting. I don't do a lot of weddings, maybe one a year, but I ran across, and I don't remember what website it was at. It was, the title got me, and it, like those title grabbers. It said, "This is what a $2 million wedding looks like," and this is some pictures and a short video. And the most impressive, there's two impressive parts that I'm going to show you, and you're going to go, "What?" But it was the son of a Russian billionaire's wedding, and they had a $2 million budget. And I'm going to show a couple of pictures and a quick video. This is the stage area. See the DJ there? That's where the DJ is.
Holy moly. And of course the DJ brought all that stuff right there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure.
Set it up in an hour beforehand.
That's the entrance coming in. These are all added decorations, keep in mind. But one of the funny things was, I don't know if it's the next one or not. There's one more. It has a little stream running through it, but you have a big wedding when Maroon 5 plays at your wedding.
Yeah, right.
And here is the last thing on that.
Just that one song, though.
Yeah. This is the cake.
Who jumps out of it? Or is that Maroon
Big
5?
Bird's going to jump out of that cake.
Big
That
Bird.
is the cake.
It looks like a Christmas tree. Now
Yeah, it does. Oh.
That's the cake. So in case you ever wondered and you ever get someday to DJ a very large wedding, that's what you have to shoot for.
There you go. Well, now you know what to package, right? Just like put all that stuff in your package. One gigantic cake, Maroon 5.
I'm going to buy those decorations just so I can charge $2 million at my next event.
Right? Easily. Oh, you guys are right. Thanks so much. This is so much fun to be able to be a part of this with you guys. Thank you so much. This is another week of DJN TV, live DJ chat. There's more programming all week long. Check it out. Check out our schedule at djntv.com. Thanks a lot, guys, and we'll talk to you another time.
Thank you.